Good morning, future and fellow weirdos of the flock. How are you? How are you? Listen, before you come in, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and share this because I can't be the only person, and you can't be the only person that's like, everybody lies about the Bible. And then, I don't want to read the Bible, it's a lot of words. Well, luckily for you, I like to say a lot of words. And I like to talk a lot of shit without getting beat up. So, come in and join me. Stop at the kitchen and get yourself some Keep Other People Alive juice. I did make protein vitamin coffee because I don't have any Keep Myself Alive juice. It seems to be maybe that's like a 2 week thing because I forget. So I don't have any Keep Ourselves Alive juice, but I do have Keep Other People Alive juice with protein and vitamins. And I'm about to add some peanut butter because the flavor is like horse food flavored shit. So I'm going to fix that, I think. So, did you take your medicine? Do we have a bowl packed? Okay, we may have to pause and pack a bowl. Do you have cigarettes or do you need one rolled? Okay, I'll roll cigarettes while I'm making peanut butter coffee. And then, listen, we're going to pick up on chapter 33. But where we left off yesterday, Moses was up there talking to God still, but the people was getting antsy in their pantsy, right? Because again, I don't know if Moses was on the mountain when God was giving him the schematics, or if he went down or told the people the schematics. I'm not exactly sure, but I do know there was enough sacrificing and enough building to have shit to do and not be this fucking bored. So they get bored and they get antsy in their pensies, right? And then they tell Aaron, give us something to do. We need to worship. I don't know why they weren't worshiping already, but okay. So Aaron's like, give me your shit. And then they gave him their shit and they were like, do something. And he was like, there's golden calves, right? So then God tells Moses, listen, these people is like buying a whore that don't want to suck dick. Listen, listen, these people fucking suck and I'm going to kill their faces. And then Moses like, don't kill their faces. It's gonna make you look bad. I'm gonna pause right here for a second and I'm gonna say, nobody would think God would look bad right now knowing what we know. But at this time, there are people that would probably talk shit because remember, these people that God is like, I'm going to kill the faces. Remember, these were slaves that had escaped, right? So maybe at this time people would talk shit, but not because God couldn't handle these people, but because God would be killing the slaves. Moses did not say that to God. Moses said, people will talk shit. They'll say, see, even God couldn't handle the people. So then God's like, you're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. What can I say? Listen. So then Moses comes down from the mountain, and the people that were mid mountain were like, so Joshua, our sexy gladiator. Okay, so Joshua and the dudes were still in the middle of the mountain, although I don't know why, but they were in the middle of the mountain, and they told Moses, war. And he's like, no, these fucking people are retarded, and we're about to go bust in on their sexy party. I don't know if it was a sexy party, but I imagine it was a sexy party. So anyway, Moses is like, we got to do this. And then he comes down and these people are just like all over retarded, right? Thinking they're doing something. And then Moses is like, you sick son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Give me a drink. That's not what he said. That's not. He said, you people fucking suck. And then a little bit later, he goes to the Levi's and he's like, we gotta do something. Are you ready? And they're like, fuck yeah, we're ready. He's like, okay, get a sword and go kill everybody. Well, kill the men. Okay? So he kills his brother, his companion. I don't know if that's like best friend or FWB. I'm not exactly sure. It just says companion. And what do we say right now? A companion is a husband, a boyfriend. I know people get mad at me for like, people are not gay in the Bible. It seems like some of them might be. And you might just be prejudiced because you don't read your book. Just something to think about. But it does say he kills his brother, his companion, his neighbor, or the men. So 3,000 of them fell, right? And then Moses is like, take a bath. All the men that are left, take a bath. And then they took a bath. And then God's like, all right, I'm going to go up to this mountain and I'm going to take all your sins. I'm going to do the Jesus thing, okay? I'm going to do the Jesus thing. I'm going to take all your shit and then I'm going to sacrifice. And then God's like, no, 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 that's not happening. Nope. No, that is not what I'm doing. You're going to go back down there and you're going to lead these people. An angel is going to go with you. And listen, whatever they do right now, I'm going to take out on their sons and generations. So they can do what they want. They're only ruining their future. So fuck these guys. and and then the Lord plagued the people because they made the calf which Aaron had made. Okay. So then, even though Moses just killed a bunch of fucking people, God's like, you know what? You're doing this shit in secret. You're getting bubonic plague. And that's what God did. And we're going to be picking up on chapter, I don't remember what chapter, 33. We're going to be picking up on chapter 33. I am going to make us a cigarette. I'm going to add some peanut butter to this coffee and see. Yeah, it's kind of gross, ain't it? Yeah. So I'm going to go add some peanut butter and see if that changes the flavor from shit to at least some kind of edible shit. And I'm going to make a cigarette and we're all going to smoke a cigarette. Listen, we're going to have to open the window because it looks like it might rain again. Listen, I don't know if all this rain is killing my plants or not. I don't exactly know. But anyway, I don't have to worry about watering them. And I already fed the outside cats. So let's go and smoke a cigarette and change the flavor of this coffee. Okay. And we got a cat visitor. This is Blue. I, my blue cat with no tail. They say she's a mountain cat. She comes from the mountains. And she acts like she's insane. She attacks anything smaller than her. She pretty much lives in the kitchen cabinets. And she's fucking insane. And she does love to be carried around like a baby. But anytime I try to do it on camera, she acts like it's a whole problem. Let's see if it ends up being a whole problem. So let's go to chapter 33. And the Lord said to Moses, depart and go to the people which you have brought from the land of Egypt. I can't read, Blue. Okay. Go to the land which I swore unto Abe. I swore this land to Abe, Isaac, and Jake, saying, I will give it. I will give it. So I told them I was going to give them this land, and I will send an angel before you, and I will drive out the Canaanites, the Amorite, the Hittite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite. So once again, I'm going to make you fuck your cousins up. But you don't know they're your cousins, but they're definitely your cousins. And unto the land flowing with milk and honey, for I will not go up in the midst of you, for you are a stiff necked people, lest I consume you on the way. So, I'm done living with you motherfuckers, because you guys are fucking retarded. So, I'm officially done with you. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm done with you. But I'm not going with y'all because I'm gonna fucking kill you. Pretty much. Look, that's what I'm saying. I'm done with you. And when the people heard these evil tidings, so when Moses told them this shit, they mourned, and no man put his ornaments back on. For the Lord had said to Moses, tell these vampires, you are a stiff necked people, and I will come into the midst of you in a moment and consume you. I'm gonna kill you, motherfuckers. God said that. Listen, He said you guys are retarded, and He's gonna kill you. Therefore, take off your shit from you, that I know what to do to you. And the children of the vampires, so all the vampires stripped themselves of their ornaments by the Mount Horeb. I thought they were in Sinai. See what's happening. Why did they switch places? See, that's what I'm saying. Well, I didn't say that to you, obviously, but I said it to myself, and I'm the smartest person I know. So, anyway, it seems like these are two different, like, this is. I don't know, because I thought they were in Mount Sinai, and don't growl at me, asshole. So I thought they were at Sinai, but now they're at Horeb. So did they move? What's happening? And Moses took the tabernacle and pitched it without in the camp, far off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation of their ornaments by Mount Horeb. And Moses took the tabernacle and pitched it without the camp, far off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation. That's already what it was called. So Moses picked up the tent and threw it. ah, look, Moses lifted up the tent and said, "Fuck you." And it came to pass that everyone which sought the Lord went out into the meeting place, which was without the camp. And it came to pass when Moses went to the meeting house that all the people rose up and stood, every man at his tent door, and looked at Moses until he was gone into the tabernacle. And it came to pass, as Moses entered the tabernacle, the cloudy pillar descended and stood at the door of the tabernacle. And the Lord talked with Moses. Okay, so this is inside the church. So Moses is in the church, and God's like, I'm standing here. Don't come through me. I'm going to fuck you up. And the people saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door. And all the people rose up and worshipped, every man in his tent door. And the Lord told Moses, or the Lord spoke unto Moses face to face, as a man speaks unto his friend. And he turned again into the camp. But his servant Joshua, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. So Josh posted up. He was like, I'm steady mobbing in the church. And Moses said unto the Lord, see, you said, bring up this people, and you have not let me know who you will send with me. Yet you have said, I know you by name. This is the part. Yeah. Fuck yeah, this is the part I think. Okay. You told me you know me by name, and you have also found grace in my sight. Now, therefore, I pray thee, if I have found grace in your sight, show me your way, that I may know you, that I may find grace in your sight, and consider that this nation is your people. And he said, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. And Moses was like, if your presence doesn't go with me, then don't carry us. For it will be known here that I and your people have found grace in your. Oh, for when will it be known that your people have found grace? It is not in that. Isn't it the fact that you go with us? Why should we be separated? And your people from all the people, that are upon the face of the earth. And the Lord said, okay, I'll do it. You have found grace in my sight, and I know you by name. And he said, Moses was like, show me. I want to see your face. And God said, I will make all of my goodness pass before you, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord before you, and I will be gracious to whoever I want to be gracious to, and I will show my mercy on what I want. I do what I want. So God's like, I do what God's like, I do whatever I want. I'll show whatever I want to show. And then God was like, you cannot see my face because nobody sees me and lives. And then the Lord was like, there is a place by me, and you will stand upon a rock, and it will come to pass while my glory passes by that I will put you in a cleft of the rock, and I will cover you with my hand while I pass by. Look, God's only got one arm again. Well, he's only had one arm this whole book. But God's like, you live in my left arm, so I'll just cover you with my right arm. Don't even worry about it. Okay. And I will take away my hand, and you will see my back parts. I'm going to show you my badonkadonk, buddy. It's going to be great. I'll be twerking and everything. God did not say that. God, I'm sure maybe God twerks at God parties, but he's not twerking right now. And you will see my backside, but my face will not be seen. And we are on chapter 34. Let's see how long it is, huh? Right. And, okay, it's not that long, I think. Okay, so we are going to pause right here. We are actually going to take our own pause break without my best friend calling in the middle of it. Like, she calls me, so I drive with her to work. She's HVAC. It's fun. Anyway, we're pausing right here. I did roll a cigarette and I did make peanut butter coffee, but I'm going to go fill this up a little more. We'll be right back. Oh, pack a bowl. It's kind of dirty. We might need Miss Thelma to clean it again, but pack it. We'll be right back. Okay, I forgot to say go pee. So pause right here and go pee real quick. And we're going on to chapter 34. Okay. And then the Lord was like, get 2 tables of stone, and like unto the first, I will write upon these tables the words that were on the first. I'm going to do this because you broke the other two because you're fucking retarded. I don't know why you wasted my time. If why would I even waste my time? Because humans are retarded. So I don't fucking know. But anyway, take 2 more, and I'm gonna make them just the same. And be ready. Don't get ready. Stay ready in the morning and come up onto Mount Sinai. Look, I thought it was Horeb. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, Mount Sinai. And come see me. Come see me. And don't bring nobody with you. If any man is here at all, not even as animals, I'm going to kill him. So Moses went and got the 2 tables of stone. And Moses got up early in the morning and went to Mount Sinai as the Lord had commanded, and took in his hand the 2 tables of stone. And the Lord descended in the cloud and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of the Lord. So the Lord came and called his own name. What is happening? And the Lord passed by before him and proclaimed, the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long suffering and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, that they will by no means clear the guilty. Hold on. Forgiving iniquity, transgression, and sin, that will no mind by no means clear the guilty, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the third and fourth generation. What does that even mean? See, that's what I'm saying. God does put the iniquity of the father onto the son. Why did they say he doesn't? See, a lot of the bad karma that people have, I guess, is because their fathers are retarded. So, pretty much, your father is Homer Simpson. And, oh my God, that's what the Jews are doing, isn't it? Isn't it? Making the fathers terrible so that the children suffer. Oh, that's fucking bogue. Oh, that is so bogue. Oh my God. Ew. That's, okay. On. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity, transgression, and sin, that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, upon all the children, unto the third and fourth generation. Oh, man. So God makes you suffer even when you're suffering. Why? See, that's terrible. I go, well, if you think further and try to use God logic, maybe that's his way of, like, making other people be God people. It's like, okay, if you have bad karma, you'll have no choice but to ask God. I don't know. I don't know, but that's fucking terrible. I want to know who in my life was terrible. Well, I kind of already know who in my life is terrible, but fuck, my poor daughter. Okay. And Moses made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshipped and said, If I have now found grace in your sight, let my people go. No. If I have found grace in your sight, then come with us, because these people actually suck. Pardon our iniquity and our sin. Take us for your inheritance. See, there they go with that inheritance word again. Inheritance. That's because the other God of you people died? Or did ancient God just give up? What happened? Why do they use the word inheritance? Okay, listen, I don't know. And behold, and then he said, listen, I make a covenant before all your people. I will do marvels such that such as okay, I will do marvels like you have never seen all over the place, in any nation, and all the people among which you shall see the work of the Lord. For it is a terrible thing that I will do with you. Observe that which I commanded this day. Behold, I drive out before you all of your fucking cousins, except for the Canaanite, which I mean technically is also your cousin. But okay. Take heed to yourself, lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land where you go, lest it be a snare in the midst of you. But you shall destroy their altars, break their images, cut down their groves, for you will worship no other God. This is it. This is it. Okay. Exodus chapter 34. Uh, chapter 34. Verse 14. Verse 14. That's God's name. Chapter 34, chapter 34, verse 14 is God's name. And it says, you will worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Fuck yeah. That's God's name. This is another time I might write in my Bible. Listen. I don't often write in my Bible because I know you're not supposed to. But I mark it. I mark stuff. I'm not gonna remember it. I'm not gonna remember what I marked down. But next time I read this, I might know it was important. Okay, we wrote that one in pink. Pink. Pink is my favorite color. That's an Aerosmith song, and I think it's about vagina, but I'm not exactly sure. But it doesn't say it's a terrible song, but I like it. It's from when I was a kid. Okay. You shall worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they hold on, listen. lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a whoring after gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call you, and you eat of his sacrifice, and you take of their daughters unto your sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make your sons go a whoring after their gods. You shall make no molten gods. The feast of unleavened bread you will keep 7 days, and you shall eat unleavened bread as I commanded you in the time of the month Abib. That's April. That's April. For in the month Abib you came out of Egypt. All that opened the matrix is mine, and every firstling among your cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is male. But the firstling of an ass you shall redeem with a lamb. If you redeem him not, then you will break his neck. All the firstborn of your sons you shall redeem, and none shall appear before me empty. 6 days you will work, but the seventh day you will rest. In earing time and in harvest time you will rest, and you shall observe the feast of weeks, of the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the year's end. What is the feast of weeks? Is that the harvest, the beginning of the harvest or whatever? What is the feast of weeks? See, this is what I'm saying. They just add shit. What is the feast of weeks? Where did that come from? See what I'm saying? Where does some of this shit come from? Who knows? Thrice in the year, all your men children appear before the Lord God, the God of Israel. For I will cast out the nations before you, enlarge your borders, neither shall any man desire your land. When you go up to appear before the Lord your God, thrice in a year, you shall not offer the blood of your sacrifice with leaven, neither shall the sacrifice of the feast of the Passover be left till the morning. The first of the first fruits of your land you shall bring unto the church. Hold on, this is in big letters. This is in all. No, I'm sorry, not big letters. Just, it's bold. You shall not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. So you gotta use her best friend's milk. Like, hey, sister, can I use some milk? Okay. And the Lord said unto Moses, write these down, take a little note, for these commandments you're about to wrote. No, I'm just kidding. None of those words are real life. Except for the write this down. Okay. For after the tenor of these words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel. So did you notice God is like gave him the commandments and then gave him rules to party? God's a party animal. Listen, God's like, party! God's in the frat. God's a frat dude. He's like, party! Fuck all these other rules. Let's party. Okay. And the Lord said to Moses, write this down. For after the tenor of these words I have made, and a covenant with you and the vampires. And he was there with the Lord another 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water, and he wrote upon the tables, in the words of the covenant, the 10 Commandments. Look, 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 that's what it said. That's what it said. I did say that. Okay, chapter 34, verse 28. Where's my pink pen? Okay, verse 28. God says right here. And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, so this is another 40 days that, uh, never mind. Never mind. He did neither eat or drink. And he wrote upon the table, the tablets, the words of the covenant, the 10 Commandments. Okay, so the 10 Commandments are the only thing on these stone tablets. So all the other rules are not on these tablets. They are made up. I don't care. It says the Lord. The Lord made the party rules and the commandments. All the other shit is just shit people thought of and made up. Probably Jesus calls him the patriarch. So God gave the 10 Commandments. And then later on, because he's talking about the rules, statutes, and commandments later on. But really, right now, it's like God gave you the 10 Commandments and party rules. He probably didn't give them any of the other rules. Those are Jew rules. Okay. And it came to pass when Moses came out from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of testimony in his hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses. What the fuck is that word? Wait a minute. It came to pass when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimony. When he came down from the mount, Moses. Hold on. Moses' skin of his face shone while he talked with him. Talked with who? What is happening? I don't know what's happening. Okay. Okay. So Moses' face was bright as hell. Oh, Moses talked with them. Okay. So he was super bright when he came down and talked to the vampires. And they was burning like and afterward all the vampires came and he gave them in commandment all that the Lord had spoken in Mount Sinai. And when Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face. But when Moses went in before the Lord, he took off the veil until he came out. And he came out and spoke to the the vampires all he was commanded. And the vampires saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone, and Moses put the veil upon his face again until he went in to speak with him. Okay. Yay! We did a terrible job. If you've watched this far, you've probably been amused at some point. So press the like button and share my video with people that might be weirdos and enjoy God and using passion words and find this Bible as hilarious as we do. So please pass me along because I want to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube because I think it would be amusingly funny. I want to get to, I don't know, 30 subscribers on Bitchute. So you could also share that link. And on Rumble, maybe 50 subscribers. I have 44. So maybe we could get me to 50. Wouldn't that be hilariously funny? Anyway, please share my video. And don't forget to like and subscribe because we have a goal. Anyway, I think that was it. And I'm so glad we finally got to the part where we shouldn't use God's name because it's disrespectful. We should just call him what he wants to be called. But in our hearts and mind, we know his name. So we should give him a handshake or like a spiritual high five. Spiritual high five, big guy. Fuck yeah, digital high five. Yeah, everybody gets high fives. Anyway, that's it. So, thank you for watching. Keep your head down, your nose clean, and your shoes tied. Learn word magic. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Love you. Bye.